Yo, what's up guys, I'm back, got another review here. This time we have level 15 Cedric Bakambu now. I decided to get this card mainly because he's an attacker, I can review him, but also because he's a super sub and most people will probably pick him because of it. So I'll see how he is for you guys and then let you know now. All the games were in friendlies, but I'm going to put a few teams on the screen now. Yeah, so they were the teams I've been playing, like ridiculous teams, because it matched up against like similar skill rating. So it's matched because like minimum Div 2 players, Div 1 players mostly. So it is like Bakambu is playing practically all really good players. So any goals you see are against good players. I played around about I would say 10 to 15 games with him. Overall, he scored quite a few goals. To be fair, he was actually very good. But I'll talk more about that after. Let's just get into his stats first. He's 4-star, 4-star. He's 6 foot, medium, 93 pace, 84 shooting, 78 passing, 82 dribbling, and 81 physical. So on paper, looks like quite a good card. But I'll speak more about that after. Please like and subscribe, and peace. So let's get into positive and negatives then. So first positive, I'm going to go with the 4-star, 4-star. Now this is minimum what you'd want on a striker. Obviously the weak foot doesn't really matter as much this year because like Robben can score on his right foot really easily and Griezmann can score on his right foot. So it really doesn't matter. But 4-star weak foot, 4-star skills, still very good things to have. Would be nice if you had 5-star skills, but you know we can't have it all. So 4-star, 4-star, very good stats to have. Next to the positive is pace. Now he didn't actually feel like 94 pace or 93 pace, sorry, fast because he was 6 foot tall. But he did feel like 90 pace, so that is a positive for him. He did feel quite fast off the mark sometimes. So, you know, he is quite fast as an impact sub, because I feel like that's what most people play him as. Next I want to go with his attack positioning. Now this was actually surprisingly good for him. He would normally get in his positions really well, except for a couple of times where he would like hang off slide, where he wouldn't like give me the option on the edge of the box when I'm just holding the ball waiting. So that is a little bit of an issue sometimes, but most of the time really good playing through. Do that L1 run and he will literally make the perfect run for you. Next was his finishing. Now I had the finish chem style because I recommend this mainly on him to boost the dribbling and the shooting. But with the finish chem style, he goes to 99 finishing, really good stat to have. With the 4-star weak foot as well, he shoot on either foot very nicely. Next I'm going to go with the agility. Now this again with the finisher chem style goes with the 98. At 6 foot tall, it doesn't feel like 98, but it still does feel quite good. So yeah, that 98 agility is still a good stat to have. Next I'm going to go with reactions. Now this was actually quite good for Bakambu. His reactions were actually really good to the ball. He reacts really fast, probably faster than some players that have like higher agility, like 90 agility. Next up I'm going to go with the jumping. Now 6 foot tall jump and the jumping, he will get up for quite a lot of headers, sticking front post on corners. He didn't really score any for me because I didn't really play enough games to, but I imagine if you like need like an 88th minute header, he would score that few on the odd occasion. Second to last one for me is his strength. Now 80 strength at 6 foot tall is actually good enough to hold off quite a lot of players, so he will be able to do that if you held L2, sorry, hold L2, sorry. I don't know what it is in Xbox, sorry, LT maybe. But if you press that and hold them off, he will actually be able to do that quite well. Lastly for me is the finesse shot trait. Now I actually do really like the finesse shot trait in FIFA. It's a really nice trait to have, and Bakambu, as you've seen, he actually scored a long shot even though he's got really bad long shots, so I imagine that's because of his finesse shot trait, and it went right in the corner. It was a really nice goal. But that's all for the positives. Now let's get on to the negatives. Now unfortunately, because it's a free card, it's not really going to be like perfect, is it? There is going to be quite a few negatives here, but I'll go over them and explain why now. So the shot power, obviously 84 base isn't really good enough. The 94 with the plus 10 is, but like 84 base it still isn't good enough, so it's going to be down as a negative. Next I'm going to go with the passing. So that's the vision, the short pass and the long pass. All of them not really good enough stats to have. I mean, for a striker he can push it and they will be alright, but if you're going to play him like, let's say right attacking mid, if you bring him on, or like even cam, I would not recommend you playing him cam. That's not a good idea. But yeah, the passing just isn't good enough, so that's going down as negative. Next up I'm going to go with the balance. Now balance is an issue for anyone that's above 6 foot tall, or 6 foot above shall I say, because if it's not like 90, or they're going to get like wobbly sometimes for some reason, just because of how tall they are. So the balance at 77 with the plus 5 is still not good enough, so that will go down to the negative. Next up for me is ball control. Now 80 ball control, he actually did have a really bad touch sometimes, and it did annoy me when I was like trying to like do agile dribbling in the box, like can I get it in behind, just twist and turn and then like pass it in between players. He would actually lose the ball because of it, which would be really annoying. So that is a big problem about him if you're playing like a higher skill rating or like a higher sweaty game, shall we say. Next up is the composure. Now unfortunately this is what did let him down quite a bit about his card, but as an impact sub I don't think it would matter too much, because late game he would just be able to burst through and hopefully the composure will last, because 80 composure is fine. I would say sometimes it would go in, sometimes it wouldn't. It's very like off-putting having 80 composure, because sometimes it'll go in, sometimes it wouldn't, so it's going to have to go down to the negative obviously. So moving on to the overall score then. So with Bakambu, he's a very good card considering he is free. If you've got like the likes of Alessandrini and Texier, you can maybe try and fit him into a team, but for most people he's going to be a super sub, and I do recommend you get him as a super sub. Overall score for him, I'm going to give him an 8.4. Now I think that's very fair. He's not actually like amazing, but he'd be very impactful off the bench for you, and especially since he's a free card, I do recommend you go get him, see how good he is for you, bring him off the bench a couple of times, may get you a few more wins, who knows. But I've got no more to say, so thank you for the support recently, I've been really enjoying it. Please like, subscribe and comment who you want to see next. Peace.